Good morning. This is Reverend Pam Geagan from the Center for Spiritual Living, Pleasant Valley in Camarillo, California. Welcome to a Good Friday, happy day meditation. As we're doing, this is the last day of going through Happy for No Reason. So I'm going to kind of go over an overview and then we're going to do our exercises, our meditation exercises to go into and change and raise our set point for happiness. Because what we now know is that there is a set point, and that the only difference between people who are truly happy and those who aren't is what Marcy Shimoff, who wrote the book Happy for No Reason, calls they have an inner state of well-being, which means they don't depend upon their outer circumstances to make them happy. So one thing that distinguishes them from others that are less joyous is they have better habits. And what scientists now know is doing certain physiological habits can put themselves into that psychological love response, which we just, it is so simple, and we're going to do that to begin with. And then we're going to go through the other steps. So I just want you to relax in. Just relax in. And just breathe naturally. Just get your rhythm and flow of your breath. And the first one is by placing your palm on your heart. And if you're comfortable, please close your eyes. And now on the in-breath, imagine you're breathing into your heart. And on the in-breath, think the words as you breathe in: joy, love, compassion, ease. And then just breathe out through your heart too. Just imagine. And if you have a hard time imagining that, think of some time you were in total ecstasy, total happiness. And breathe that into your heart. And maybe the words in the back of your mind will still float forward. Both are great. So on the in-breath, joy, love, ecstasy, ease, compassion, peace. Now breathe out through your heart. And breathe in one more time. Through the heart, joy, love, peace, compassion, ease. And now breathe out through the heart. And as you breathe out through the heart, imagining that all your joy, all your love, all your love response is going out into the world. And they've discovered is that when you do that hand on your heart, you elevate your oxytocin. And an oxytocin is that hormone in the body, that chemical reaction in the body that floods the body right after childbirth many times. And that rush just sets your love response. You go from the thinking mind to the love response mind, and you instantly bond. So the second point that we're going to just remind you of and go through is at night, sometime before you go to sleep, write 5 things that you're grateful for. And it's important that you write them because, again, that physiological response as you're writing connects with the mind. And so along with doing the 3 breathings, and it's only like a minute a day, into the heart and out of the heart, along with writing those gratitude steps, it changes your love response and your set point into experiencing more joy, because we now know that what you concentrate on and think about comes about. So if you're thinking negatively, you will have more negative responses in your life, more negative interactions in your life. So now, along with placing your hand on your heart, which begins the flow of the oxytocin to the body, and along with doing your gratitude steps, notice how you feel a little bit happier. And now on day 5, we're going to look at the law of attraction, because it also comes into play in raising our happiness set point. The law of attraction is based on and supported by science and physics. And the theory is that everything in the universe is made up of energy and has a vibration. And everything that comes into our lives is drawn to us, attracted to us, based on our energetic vibration. It is the whole enchilada, as Wayne Dyer used to say, of who we are. It is our thoughts, our words, our feelings, our actions. And so what we know is that happiness is the highest energy vibration. When you are happy, living in this happiness, energetic vibration, and not talking about negative things, then you attract more happiness to you, more joy to you. And I'm not being Pollyannish about this at all, or not talking about something concrete, or thinking, I don't want you to think we're going to the wishing well and throwing in our coins or going into la la land. No. What I'm talking about is changing your habits by using these simple practices and changing your love response so that you live in a higher state of happiness. When you're living in that highest state of happiness, you are vibrating at a higher level. You may even feel your happiness set point rising now in your body, responding in vibration. You're able to attract and manifest more of that which you desire in your life. And one of the things I say, and a lot of experts say, is don't believe everything you think. We're taught to believe a lie, that everything we think is gospel. It's not. There's simply patterns we've created in our neural pathways that were developed in our brains at a very young age. And neuroscientists have found that the average person has over 60,000 thoughts a day. And this is the aha I got out of this research, is that out of those 60,000 thoughts, 80% are negative. That way of thinking we inherited from our, going all the way back to our cave people ancestors. They weren't aware of how to not think negative. They knew that they had to be on their toes, alert, always looking for the negative, the bad, the scary, or they would die. If they didn't protect their backs, they would die. And we no longer live in situations where the dinosaurs are out to get us. I did this experiment on happiness, when I was in my 20s. And I was in a meditation group all the way back then, and they asked us to go within and remember some of the saddest things that happened to you. So I invite you just for a moment to go within and think of all the sad things, or just a few that happened to you. Now, go within and think of some of the happy things that have happened to you. And back in my 20s, I found when I did this exercise that the things that brought me joy and happiness were much harder to find than the negative ones. when you realize that how much we are trained to protect ourselves and how we hold on to the negative in order to learn how to protect ourselves and to be alive, we can let go of that. The negative sticks, which we found out, just as this exercise for me proved to me, that much more easily, it is easier to stick with the negative thoughts than the positive ones. The positive ones just slide away. They're like a cooked egg on a Teflon pan. But the negative ones are so deeply embedded in our way of thinking and our habits that they are not as easy to turn away from. And so we need to be consciously aware and then using these physical exercises, putting the hand on the heart 3 times a day and breathing in through the heart with love, peace, joy, ease, compassion, ecstasy, and then out through the heart, writing at least 5 things every night before you go to sleep. Make it a habit so that your gratitude expands. And it only takes, which is amazing, scientists have affirmed this too, it takes 20 seconds for a positive thought to stick in the brain. And it only takes a nanosecond for a negative one to imprint on our brain. So with each step in gratitude, spend 20 seconds at least. That is why the gratitude practice is extremely important to change our neural pathways to happiness. Excuse me. And the last big frog we need to swallow before we move on to greater happiness is forgiveness. We've heard about it ever since we've been in spiritual practice. And we know that forgiveness is not about letting a person back into your life who harmed you. It's about you letting go of any kind of resentment that you have, not for their sake, but for your own sake. It is not selfish to focus on your happiness first, placing your happiness first. They've already done studies, and you know this too, actually, when you're happy, your high happiness vibration influences all the people around you, your family, your friends, strangers, and ultimately you leave your happiness fingerprint on the world. It's like that ripple in a pond that forever goes out. So now let us just go into the quiet, just feeling the body heavy and that wave of relaxation just waft in and through and as us, coming up through the feet, the ankles, the legs, the knees, the hips, the lower abdomen and back, the upper abdomen and back, up through the heart, up through the neck, up through the shoulders, and just allow your shoulders to drop. And feel that energy going down your arms, your elbows, your wrists, and out your fingers. Feel alive. Feel the vibration. And roll your shoulders back and drop your head, just relaxing in. Feel that energy going back up the crown, the back of the neck, up the face, and the face may even feel so relaxed that your jaw may become slack-jawed. And the bacon brow, as I say, relaxes in. And the third eye relaxes, and then the energy goes all the way up to the crown chakra, shooting out into all the universes, all the galaxies, all the joy like fireworks. And feel it coming right back and surrounding your whole body. Let's just take a few breaths in here. Placing one more time, if you would like, your hand on your heart. Breathing in that ecstatic moment, thinking of the positive times in your life. I'll count to 20 seconds. the heart again. Happiness out into the world. Breathing in again, and I'll count to 20 seconds. Think of a thought that makes you happy. Joy, love, compassion, peace, ecstasy, happiness. Breathing out again. One more time. Joy, love, happiness, compassion, ecstasy. And then breathing out into the world, that energetic presence. And just let your breathing come naturally to you. And as you leave today, out into the world, with your happiness set point, I close with the old Chinese proverb. Some believe that it was credited to Confucius, that encapsulates this idea of happiness and nurturing the soul with it and raising your set point. And it is, if there's light in the soul, there will be beauty in the person. And if there is beauty in the person, there will be harmony in the house. If there is harmony in the house, there will be order in the nation. And if there is order in the nation, there is peace in the world. And just sit with that for just a moment. And when ready, open your eyes and begin your happy Friday in your happy dance of life within, knowing that you feel light and joy and peace in your heart and in your soul. And then give it out into the world. Give out that love, that joy, compassion, and happiness. For that is who you are, who we all are. And I say, blessed be, have a blessed day, namaste, peace out, happiness and joy surround you. And I'll see you next week with a whole new set of meditations. I love each and every one of you. Happy Friday, happy weekend. And don't forget to see us this Sunday with our wonderful Reverend Betty Ann. And we're going to have a wonderful service. Mwah!